Here we go. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday, October 12th meeting of Plano West Rotary. I am your president, Alex Johnson. And as we kick off our meeting, we're going to turn it over to our temporary Sergeant of Arms and tech guru, Antonio Harris. Take it away, Antonio.
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to the meeting. I hope you guys are all having a great day. So let's get started with some brags then. Michelle, do you have anything to brag about today?
Oh my, I didn't think about that. If it doesn't rain, we're going to the Fort Worth Zoo with our granddaughter, who's a little over 1 year old. So the first time we went to the zoo with her, she was pretty much a newborn and she slept through the whole thing. So hopefully that'll be a lot of fun and we'll get to go.
How old is she right now?
She turned 1 in September. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 13 months. So
Very young. Cool.
Yeah.
Clarence, do you have anything to brag about?
Yes, I'd like to brag about my school football team, the SMU Mustangs. Won all 6 of their games, undefeated so far this year. And
Awesome.
it's exciting.
Awesome. Was there a game recently? I don't really follow sports too much.
So
What
I've been
was,
keeping track of that, and that's a lot of fun and trying to stay busy with my garden to try to grow something this winter, and that's about it.
all right.
And
Awesome.
Antonio, I think the SMU Mustangs are either 5-0 or 6-0.
Okay.
So
Okay,
I had
yeah.
one of my little rugrats to graduate from SMU, and he's loving what SMU is doing now. Go Stains.
Awesome. Let's see here. Isabel, do you have anything to brag about?
I'm really trying hard to get my garden going. I've got some little lovelies growing, so I'm happy about that.
Nice. We got some garden people in here. Very cool.
I need a lesson.
I'm trying.
Nice. Jamie, do you have anything to brag about?
Trying to think. Well, I got into one of the school programs I applied for. I'm wanting to get into public health and work on a doctorate in public health. And so I got into one of the schools and then waiting to hear back from another.
Awesome. Yeah,
Great.
that's really cool. I'm sure that job is definitely in demand right about now.
I know, right?
Probably a good field to go into. Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. John, do you have anything to brag about?
Well, not at this point because I'm a newbie, but I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that Andres in my office in Orlando set this up for me. So appreciate the invite.
Awesome. Yeah, we're glad to have you here at a meeting.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Your prospective member is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Well, awesome. Catherine, do you have anything to brag about?
Unmuted. Just got back from being away and taking care of some family business. Actually, we had to take care of my mother-in-law's ashes out in Virginia, and that went really well, and took some good time off. So that's it.
Well, yeah, I hope that went well. Joy, do you have anything to brag about?
Sure. I'll brag on my team at the Wellness Center. They are just blowing and going. We are bursting at the seams, and the demand has increased, but the staff has not. So they're making it happen, and I couldn't be more proud of them. So just kudos to my team.
As long as you're ready for Saturday, Joy.
I know. Oh my gosh. I'm going to camp out here, I think, for the rest of the week.
What's on Saturday?
It's going to, the community resource fair is Saturday. I think the project, they've got it named the Plano Resource Fair or something like that, but it's the Wellness Center's Community Resource Fair. It's a Saturday at the Sam Johnson Center.
Oh, very nice. And what does that do, the event? Community?
We've got 2 keynote speakers and 6 breakout sessions with information related to, let's see, our keynotes are related to Alzheimer's. It's all geared towards senior population and caregiving. So we've got 65 vendors that are going to be here providing information. So we've got the entire building. It's going to be huge. We're anticipating approximately 400 attendees at minimum. So,
wow.
And
To help.
we need 11 more volunteers to sign
Yes.
up, both
We
on
could-
Saturday and Friday. So
yeah, we could really use help primarily on Friday afternoon. We need help setting tables up. We've got like 100 tables to get set up around the entire center. So tables and chairs. So we would appreciate some help with that from 3 to 5 on Friday.
we've got 5 people signed up so far. We need 5 more. So Michelle signed up. Yay.
Yay, Michelle. Thank you.
I'm looking forward to see James Thomas's name on there.
So,
Alex, I'm
Joy,
looking
you
forward to
said-
seeing my name on there as well.
All
You
right.
said
Yeah.
3 to 5?
Isabel already preemptively signed up. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that after. Yes, I can be there.
Okay, awesome, Isabel. We put 3 to 5, but Michelle, if you come before then, that's fine. The tables.
The sign up says 2 to 5 for Friday.
Okay, that's fine. Because we have other things we can do for that 2 to 3. The tables are going to be delivered at 3,
Okay,
but we have plenty of other stuff to be done for setup.
okay, good.
Thank you.
And Nathan, I see you just joined the room. Is there anything you'd like to brag about?
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hi. I like to brag about me being part of the Rotary Club of Plano Rest today. That's what I want to brag about.
Hey, real quick, tell everybody he's a Rotarian already for X many years, and he's switching from his club to our club. The commute's kind of long for him, so he needs a new club. Tell him what I'm talking about, Nathan.
Hi everyone. My name is Rotarian Nathan from Rotary Club of Meridian. That is in Ghana. So I just relocated to Dallas, Texas, and I'm looking for an awesome club to join. And I found your club. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. We're glad to have you here, Nathan.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Kayla, is there anything that you'd like to brag about?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna brag on Alex because I was listening to your podcast earlier today, and you did such a good job representing this Plano West Rotary Club, and I just appreciate your passion as a leader, and you really did really well in the podcast.
Thank you. You guys inspire me to be passionate.
Yeah. I didn't get to listen to all of it, but I did listen to a part of it. It just premiered, I think yesterday, but it was like information from like a couple weeks ago. So, but it was still very cool. Yeah, getting to hear our club getting bragged about. So Alex, it's 12:09.
Wait, Antonio.
I'm so
haven't
sorry.
bragged.
Oh, James. All right.
Oh, it's okay.
Quick
Just-
brag,
just
quick
give
brag,
me a
James.
sign just throw me a sign like my ex-wife did. Just go ahead and do that. But I too, Kayla, thank you, because I want to brag on Alex. Alex, it was so informative. And I think that podcast also enlightened the vision of those people interviewing you. It was amazing. I caught myself staying up late last night. Theoretically, I should have been watching a Monday night football game, but I cut the game off so I could hear the entire. If you guys didn't get an opportunity to hear it, you gotta hear it. I mean, every Rotary person should be mandated to hear that, what you brought forth. So Alex, thank you so very much for representing us, not just Plano West Rotary, but Rotary completely. So I want to say that I want to brag about you. And the other brag is not a real brag. It's something, I guess I'm apologizing to Roxana, because a couple of weeks ago, Roxana came over to Williams High School to help us do food. And I said, and I saw in a Rotary, I said, hey, how's it going? As we were helping. Then I realized, oh my God, I hadn't seen you like in 8 years, and I went and gave her a crushing hug. So Roxanne, if you can't breathe now, I understand, because I think I crushed you, but it was so great seeing another Rotarian who I hadn't seen in a while. So I wanted to.
Oh, you don't have to apologize. It was great to see you.
It's so good seeing you as well. Thank you, Antonio, and thanks for forgetting me, Antonio.
Thank you for sharing, James. We all appreciate it.
All right. Well, if I pulled James away from Monday Night Football, that is a pretty big deal. Holy moly. That's like money worthy.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Antonio, for stepping into our negligent, absent, and homeless Sergeant of Arms, Mr. Steve Lawton. So everybody gives Steve a hard time for not being here. I will. And so now we're going to turn this over to Mr. James Thomas, who's going to lead us in prayer.
Thank you, sir. Again, gracious Lord, we come to you. Thank you for the many blessings. Thank you for providing this group with an opportunity to meet in order to make a difference in the lives of others. Continue to bless us and keep us together and keep guiding us, and so we'll focus on the attempt to promote service before self. These blessings we ask in your name. Amen.
Thank you, James. And now we're going to ask Ms. Joy Hinkleman to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Joy. For our foundation moment, I actually have a special message for us to hear from our international president, Sheikh Armetta.
Hello, my dear fellow Rotarians. As we mark World Polio Day 2021, we can look back at this journey with great satisfaction. We have eradicated the wild polio virus from every continent except one. We have succeeded in ending polio in the most populous nations in the world, including my home country, India. We've raised awareness and created a global infrastructure through our partners, and have vaccinated the world and left behind public health resources that will be vital for fighting infectious diseases for generations to come. We've noted how close we are. We have talked about entering the last mile, but now it is time to bring this historic project to a dramatic conclusion. With just 2 countries left in the world, we have never been more close to eradicate polio. We have it within our grasp to identify and reach those still at risk of being infected with this terrible virus and protecting their childhood and their lives. This is our moment, our turning point. If we give up now, we could see polio return all across the world. If these past 2 years have taught us anything, it is that viruses will continue to evolve and adapt if we allowed these to fester on their own. We have the power and the ability to bring the number of polio cases to 0. Rotary will enter the history books for this accomplishment, and you will prove forever that through Rotary we serve to change lives. So please donate your money, donate your time, and do not stop sharing this important story with everyone you know. We will end polio forever. We will do it to honor the lives of the polio workers who have given up their lives in the line of duty as polio vaccinators. We will do it for the future of all the children of this world, and we will do it now. Thank you.
As everybody knows, eradicating polio is Rotary's global service project. from our perspective, the way we contribute to that is donating money. So that's our way of making impact. And our polio project for our Rotary Club is a matching program. And we did this last year. And basically, the club will match club members' donations in Polio Now, 1-for-1, up to a total club expenditure of $1,500. We've had a number of club members already make their donations. You use that bit.ly/polio donation, click it, you do it through PayPal, and then we will match it and then send it to the Rotary Foundation in Polio Now. We're going to do this all month. So every meeting, I'm going to be talking about polio. I encourage you to talk to your friends about polio. This isn't just a Rotary thing only. I mean, this is a world thing. And this is a disease that we're so close to eradicating. We're just so close. 2 countries, Afghanistan, and I think it's Pakistan, are the only countries left. So make a donation, whether it's a small donation of $5 or a bigger donation of $100 or even a $500 donation. We're going to match it 1-for-1 and send it directly to the Rotary Foundation. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our membership chair for our today's member moment. Take it away, Roxana.
Well, welcome everybody to our membership moment. And today we welcome a great guest member. And Antonio, thank you for making this possible. Can we go back to the other slide? So this person, she's a passionate in children, in education, and in poverty. And she loves helping other people, and she supports education. And she's currently in the healthcare technology. And I'm gonna stop right now because she's gonna tell us more about herself. So Jamie Jackson, I see you're here. Can you tell us more about yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Jamie. I have been living in Plano since 2019, but I am from Texas, DFW, specifically. Been here my whole life. Just joined Rotary about a month or 2 ago, I believe. Really enjoying it so far. I have 2 children. I have a 15-year-old son. He's a sophomore. He goes to iUniversity Prep. Before that, he was at Renner and Shepton, but with COVID, he's doing virtual. And then I have a daughter. She's 6. She actually just turned 6 October 3rd. Her name is Morgan. She's a first grader. She was at SCAGS, but now she's doing K-12 once again because of COVID. And then for me, like was said, I work in healthcare. I've been in healthcare about 15 years now. I started off wanting to work in the hospitals as a health administrator for the hospitals. However, after an internship there, I decided to pivot to another direction and have been working more on the business side. So working with different payers like your Aetnas, your Cignas, things like that, as well as working in the pharmacy benefit management space. So your CVS Health, Optum. I've now moved into, as was stated, healthcare technology. And so I am a senior program manager for a healthcare technology consulting firm. And with everything that's been going on recently with the pandemic, looking at how different groups have been affected through the pandemic, I'm taking a small pivot to public health to move into that sector and see how I can work to make healthcare better, more accessible, and more economical for all. And that's kind of about me in a nutshell, I guess. Are there any questions or anything specific, I guess, anyone wants to know? Or
we want you to turn your camera on so we can see you.
Oh.
An introduction to a blank screen is boring.
Well, hold on.
So that was a good question, wasn't it?
That was
That's
a
a good
great question, Alex. Thank you, because I was thinking the same thing. And I know Jamie might be somewhat intimidated, to have someone as good looking as I am on the screen. Yeah. Antonio, that is not funny. Okay.
Every week, James, I'm thinking about
Someone-
how intimidating it is.
Yeah,
To
someone-
make sure I don't look a little crazy, because like I said, I do work from home, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was about to spotlight you, Jamie, so I could pin your video to the top of the Zoom.
Oh, goodness.
I can't do that unless you turn your video on though. So I was like, I was just waiting for the right moment.
Oh, I would have probably died at that point.
Otherwise, we won't know who you are at a service project.
Yeah.
I mean, that
That's
happens
true.
so many times. This life of Zoom.
Oh, there we go.
You meet somebody in person, like, oh,
There
wow.
we go.
Yes.
Oh, there it
That's
is.
me.
Yeah.
I love the Cowboys too, by the way. So since they've been on a winning streak lately, I decided I would represent them today.
That's awesome. Well, thank you very much for introducing yourself and for being involved in the community. For those that don't know, she's very active in Plano ISD causes, in support of the kids, the teachers, and so on. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, it was John Stafford that referred you to our club and sponsored you, right, Jamie?
It is. It was John. I met him through the going to the school board meetings. Like Alex said, very involved with PISD. Plan on maybe going on school board one day, running for that, something just to kind of help out and continue to contribute to the community.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Jamie.
Thank you.
And now we're going to move on to club business. So for those that have been in Plano for a while, you might be familiar with the Plano East Rotary Flags of Honor. This is where they put out over 1,000 full-length flags, and it's going to be in November. Well, on the 14th, we've agreed to help them with the takedown. And so, but we need a team leader. So somebody, I know a number of our members help out all the time anyway, specifically Fred's company, they do all the staking and they figure out where the flags will go. And I know Glenn and Michelle, you volunteer on a regular basis with it. Well, this year we're going to formalize it as a club, but we need somebody, the team leader. And honestly, it's an easy project. We're going to collect the volunteers and then they're going to tell us what we do when we show up. It's on a Sunday, but we need to have somebody that will step up. So please get back with me on that, because we want to support not only fellow Rotary clubs, but it's supporting our veterans, our first responders, and it's an amazing sight to see 1,000 flags. And we'll see Fred's good work too. And so also this Saturday, we have a busy Saturday, which you're going to see when I go down below. Roundtable is on Saturday. So a number of us attend Roundtable, which is a roundtable of Rotary leadership. And it's a great opportunity for you to see what's going on in the Dallas area with all the different Rotary clubs and the leadership, and see Rotary at a higher level than just our club. It's hybrid. And so you could show up in person. It's in Irving at a church, or you can Zoom in. And so if you look at our website under meetings, you'll see it. I'm actually going to drive there and be in person. And yes, I'm masked up the entire time while I'm inside, but you can Zoom in and it's easy to attend at Zoom. Also, Glenn is heading up and working with a number of club members to find our new location, seeing how Greek Isles closed down. I need to change my slide there. It is closed. So that is why we're Zoom only. We don't have our hybrid. So when we find the location, we'll go back to being hybrid. But until then, if you want to be a part of that or have any ideas, contact Glenn. As just talked about, in Polio Now Match, you can use our bit.ly polio donation to make your donation. Please do. Our goal is to donate a total of $3,000 from our club. That's $1,500 from members, and then matching from the actual club. So go small, go larger, but please just donate something. Then also, as you see in red, really, really, really important, send president-elect, president nominee nominations to secretary@PlanoWestRotary.com. Zane, who is our secretary, he's also chair of the nominations committee. Please send in nominations. This is for the president-elect. We will have our elections on December 5th, 6th, I can't remember, whatever that Tuesday is. It's on our calendar. And that's where we will elect two positions. One is the president-elect, who will be president in July 1st, 2022. And then we also will elect the president nominee, who will be the president next July 1st, which is July 1st of 2023. So this is actually our Constitution required this. We failed. I'll say I failed because I was president last year and we did not elect our president nominee. So we will do that for this year. So that way our club will be on track as expected by Rotary International. And that provides somebody a year and a half to prepare, which is great. And just for those that don't know, a question that comes up, well, I'm new to Rotary, am I eligible? Well, the Rotary Constitution requires that a person be in Rotary 1 year before they're president. So what does that mean? If you're a Rotarian before July 1st of this year, you're eligible to be president next year. And that basically covers, we had 63 members starting July 1st. So 63 people in our club are eligible to be president as of July 1st. And there is a lot of training involved. You could take online training. There's a president-elect training that also provides, that teaches you everything you need to know. It's in February. We have a lot of past presidents in our club. We're always going to be there to guide you. So you're not going to be thrown to the wolves, and you'll have a lot of training and a lot of support. But for our club to continue to do the amazing things we do, we need individuals to be nominated or nominate yourself to be president-elect and president nominee. So please do. So let's talk about our service projects. We had a week off. We had no service projects last week. And so because of that, we have a lot this week. We have actually on Friday, we've talked about it. It's set up for the Plano. Well, Joy, I got this name off of last year's information, Senior Resource Fair. So I guess because you called it out, is it called something different this year?
The Senior Resource Fair that you're talking about, that one's the City of Plano's, they're the one that they do in the spring.
Oh.
This one is a fall collaborative with the City of Plano because they, I guess they heard from the citizens that they wanted two, one in the fall and one in the spring. The city couldn't manage doing both, so they asked us to partner with them. So this one's the Community Resource Fair. The other one's the Senior Wellness Fair or something, I think they call it. So it's no big deal. It's at the same place.
Let's sign up.
Yes, sign up.
We need your help. We have, well, we already talked about it, but click the link, sign up, bring your friends and family. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then on Saturday, that's the real event where you're going to have all the seniors, all the vendors and everything. And it's just going to be a great opportunity to help out the seniors in Plano. We also have organized shoes projects that we do every other week. We actually do that on the 16th and the 30th. And then we have our meal where we support PISD and our food pantries on the 19th, the 21st, and the 25th. Sign up for those. Those are Catherine and James. There are our point people on that. And we support the Plano ISD teachers so they could actually teach while we help feed the families in need. Then we have, oh, Tom's here. Yay, I was getting worried. We have volunteer with scouting. What that is, Rotary has a strategic relationship with BSA Scouts, and a number of, almost every club, a lot of clubs sponsor Rotary or Scout troops. We used to, we don't anymore, but there's scouting is looking for leaders, adult leaders, to help support the Scout troops in the Plano area. So if you have an interest in scouting, click on here, sign up. Actually, we're just referring people to the scouting organization For those that love PISD, actually, this is more for James. James's boss is actually on this nomination committee with me, Courtney Gober, and I think Courtney's strong-arming his staff.
Yeah.
He told us he's gonna, so there'll be some PISD leadership involved in different scouting areas as well. And as we all know, the mission of Scouts is real similar to the mission of Rotary in terms of leadership, community service, and Scouts is now boys and girls, and we're basically creating leaders for, and a lot of them become Rotarians, and they are. And then our shoe drive. The shoe drive ends October 21st or 2nd. If you have used shoes, male, female, kids, adults, it doesn't matter, donate them. And you can donate. And you know what? You should get all your shoes and bring them to the Wellness Center either on Friday when you're showing up to volunteer or on Saturday when you're showing up to volunteer. I think there's 3 shifts on Saturday. So that's a great opportunity to get all those shoes out of your closet, go to the Wellness Center and volunteer and help out seniors at the same time. So you're kind of, don't want to say killing multiple birds, but getting a lot of great things accomplished.
Getting more bang for your buck.
Yeah, multiple bangs for your buck and meeting a lot of fun people and having fun. So that's for our club business. There's lots of opportunity for people to volunteer. So sign up, click the links, go to our website, what have you. But now we're going to do what we've all really been waiting for.
Hey, Alex, before you run away, hey, do we know, and you may have already shared this with us, where the Rotary flag scenarios for East Rotary will be?
Let's ask the man that's going to identify where every flag's going to go. Fred, tell us where it is.
Fred, do you know where this will be? And I have video from last year.
Fred, you're muted. There we go.
Okay, yeah, I have video from last year's event, but I didn't know.
It's going to be at the launching site down at Oak Point like it was a couple years ago.
Okay.
We didn't do it last year because of the rains and so forth. We had it out there where the HIB is going to go in. But
yes,
Oak Point launching field, just south of the parking lot where we have the funnel cake trailer. I mean, the booth set up and everything, but the same place it's been for the last 3 or 4 years, with the exception of last year.
Fred, were you at last year's at HEB site?
Was I what?
Were you there at HEB site last year?
I did, and Michelle and Glenn helped out, and
I didn't. Unfortunately, I did not know them at that time. I may have you on video because I took video about Michelle, Glenn. There's a possibility I have you here because I took video of everything and all the flags. It was a wonderful event. So thanks, Fred. I needed that. Thank you.
Well, James,
and
Fred, he creates the grid, the layout for all the flags before the event. So all 1,000 of those spots are identified by him and his staff.
the date to set those flags is either going to be November the 3rd or the 4th. I've been in touch with Gene Losey, and of course, sometimes it depends on the weather, but basically what I do is I lay out the outside of the grid, and then they come back and they have a straight line from one side to the other, and they lay out the 10-foot increments. So it's pretty well organized and so forth, but I just lay out the grid.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right. Well, now I'm going to turn it over to our club founder, Tom Posey. For those that don't know, Tom founded our club 41 years ago, and that was after being in Rotary for 10 years already. Well, Tom is going to introduce our speakers for the day. So take it away, Tom. I saw you. Are you still logged in? Oh, I think we lost him.
Nope, he's here. He's spotlighted.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, cool. There we go. All right, Tom, take it away.
Okie doke. Well, I'm going to introduce Michelle Thornton and Fred Biemendelpher. Michelle worked with TI for 24 years, mainly in production definition, management, and strategy. She left to spend more time with Glenn, volunteering at church and Rotary. Michelle has been in Plano West for 6 years and was club president after 3 years, 2018-19. If she can be president, You can too. The other participant is Mr. Biemendelpher, started land surveying profession in June of '77, having been a registered professional land surveyor since '82, moved to Plano in June of '83, invited to join Rotary in December of '88, served as president, Plano West, 94, 95. When the Rotary theme was Be a Friend, Fred served as volunteer chair and youth services. He has interviewed RALA applicants for PHS since 2008, being on the RALA staff for 10 years. He's also taken over the pecan chore from Vince, and he's done a great job with Michelle helping in that area. Did you get all of that?
Thank you, Tom.
Hey, we got it, Tom. Thank you. Well, now I'm going to turn it over to our dynamic duo, Fred and Michelle. Take it away.
All right, I'm gonna try to see if I can get get this going here. There's the share screen. All right. And I'm hoping this looks okay to everybody.
It does.
Yay, it worked this year.
Got it, go.
All right, take it away, Fred. This is I'm gonna fill in for Gary. He was
I
running late.
need to turn my video off, James. Anyway, let me try to give you a little bit of insight on the pecan sales and so forth. I just touched base with Norma down at Texas Pecans, but that's where we get our pecans, and we've done that for as many years as we've had the pecan sales. Probably the most often asked question is, when do the pecans get in? And if you're, now Clarence, you can probably vouch for this, if you're have anything to do with plants, they have to mature before you can harvest them, because if you don't, there was one year that we did not use Texas pecans, and we got the pecans premature, and they are sealed off to where it keeps out the moisture and so forth. And that one year that we got them, the bag ended up like a crayvac with all the air sucked out of it and everything. We noticed on the inside that the pecans were molding. So you have to wait for that moisture content to get down low enough to where the process doesn't start oxidizing. And anyway, we had to send them all back. So we don't use that group anymore. Like I said, I touched base with Norma this morning, and I guess we're feeling the effects of the price of food going up in price, because normally we pay $7 for a 14-ounce bag, and this year it's going to be $7.75. So we've got our work cut out for us. Just on the side, those of you that are not familiar with pecans in Texas, there's a Pecan Growers Association, and there's about 70,000 acres of pecan orchards in the state of Texas. My oldest son has a friend that runs a pecan orchard out in Fort Stockton, Texas, which is 3,300 acres, roughly 6 sections of land. And when you think about an acre in size, it's about 208 feet by 208 feet. And last year they produced 2,600 pounds of pecan per acre. That's a lot of pecans. So in Texas, pecans rule as far as the crop goes. As I said, on November the 1st, or the first week in November, we typically go down to Texas Pecans right off of Josie and just south of 635. And we generally pick up 40 cases of pecans. And we've got some folks that have worked with us over the years that and the biggest contributor for sales and everything. And when we talked about Brenda Taylor, she was the one that started it at Collin County Clerk's Office. They take 15 cases right off the truck. So we're exciting to work with them. And each year when I go up to, starting in October, when I go up to the county clerk's office, they always ask me, when are the pecans going to be ready? So I'm going to turn it over to Michelle. Let Michelle have a piece of the pie here.
Oh, I get it. A piece of the pie. That's good, Fred.
Michelle, you're on mute.
Thank you. I don't know if anybody noticed, the title of this presentation is Pecans in a Nutshell, or at least one of the slides was. So got to get my pun in there somewhere. Anyway, so let's just move through a few of these facts here. Thanks, Fred, for covering that slide. As you think about how many pecans you're going to buy for yourself, think about these types of areas where you can share them with your business clients. We have a lot of Rotary members who share with business clients as gifts. Glenn and I give them to our family members every year during the holiday season. You can sell them yourself instead of giving them away. And just because you probably have friends who like the idea of supporting education, and that's where the proceeds go. So that's always a good way to talk about the pecans. You can also ask local businesses. We have had a bank in the past that needed to stop, and Lisa Leach often gives them to her hairdresser. And we have a few businesses down here that Fred already mentioned, the Collin County Clerk's Office. We also already work with Hirsch's Meats on Parker, and the McKinney Planning Department and Southern Maid. So but if there's other organizations you're aware of besides those, please talk to them and invite them to buy and resell them if they want. So this is the sign that we can make for you if you are planning on displaying them somewhere at your office, if you're going into an office, or we usually make and give a laminated sign to Hirsch's so they can post the information. And I'm still assuming right now we're going to sell them for $10 a bag, even though Fred mentioned the cost went up a little, but the board can figure that out. If we need to change these signs, we can easily change them. So and get the right amount on there. About the scholarships. The scholarships are for high school seniors in Plano to help them cover their education costs. I think everybody we've had so far that I'm aware of went to college, but I think this would also apply for a vocational school, just any kind of higher education for high school seniors. We try to provide at least 3 scholarships for $2,000 each. We've been doing that for the past, somebody knows better than me, maybe 3 to 5 years. Before that, it was $1,000 each. So we've been able to increase that amount through selling pecans and matching donations and things like that. The way the scholarship works, so there's more slides on the details of the process, but the way it's awarded is through reimbursement. So whoever receives the scholarships, they give us their receipts and then we reimburse them. So the process for scholarships is that we announce that, or yeah, so I think it goes, yeah, Alex knows this more recently because he put it online, but I think we try to make it available in the March-April timeframe. Is that correct, Alex? Online?
I don't know, because Gary does it.
Okay, all right, well, that's roughly.
Didn't he put together these slides? I think it's accurate.
I made these slides. I did have him review them. So, he didn't give me any corrections, but I think that's roughly the time frame. We can start thinking about around then and we'll inform the club the exact date, kind of like with the pecans when they're ready. We'll let you know when they're ready so you can tell all your friends and neighbors who have high school students to apply. I think Gary also works with PISD high schools to make them aware of our scholarships and to get them into their system. So the application is not very long, so it's a pretty painless process. I think the applicants are usually, the applications are due around May 1st. And then after that, there's a scholarship committee that's created. Gary has been leading that, and I assume he still will, or find a replacement. And he'll get a small team together of you guys. If you're interested, please sign up and let Gary know and help him out with this. The scholarships are usually awarded focusing on service to the community, but also financial needs. So we're looking for future Rotarians, right? We want to support students who care about giving back to their community and kind of encouraging them to participate. We also look for if they've participated specifically in Rotary service projects. The applications are reviewed by the team. If there's a lot of applications, sometimes we will whittle it down and not interview everybody. I think last year, Fred, did you guys interview everybody last year? I think you did on Zoom.
I wasn't involved with that process last year.
Oh, okay, I was thinking we were. Anyway, I think they try to interview most everybody unless there's just too many applicants. Then 3 recipients are selected from the interviews. And right now, 2 of the 3 recipients will be designated as Brenda Taylor recipients. Brenda Taylor, as was mentioned earlier, started pecans in our club and has just been a passionate, she was very passionate about education and other things in Rotary. So we had a scholarship in her name. And as a result of that, her son found out, and he gives us a matching $2,000 for to have another scholarship in her honor. So I think that's pretty awesome. And then after the recipients are chosen, they get announced at a meeting and the students are notified. So, okay, back to Fred. I'll let you talk through Pecan Processes.
One thing that Texas Pecans does for us is they bag those pecans. They also put labels on them. And in the past, when we first started out, it was 1 pound. But since the price fluctuated a little bit, we went down to 14 ounces to where we could keep it at $10. And Norma has been great. The nice thing about it is sometimes we don't sell as many pecans as we'd like to. Like I said, the first trip we usually pick up 40 cases, and the second trip we may pick up 20 cases. Just depends on how they're selling. But they've always had a buyback or turn it back in, and they don't dock us for that. So it's a great relationship with Norma and Texas Pecans. As far as where you're going to pick up the pecans, since Greek Isles is closed, I will house all the pecans here at the office, and feel free to come by and pick up a case. We would rather have people pick up a case of pecans rather than 1 or 2 bags and so forth. It's kind of hard to keep track of them. The other thing is we probably need to try to pay for the pecans when you pick them up, because we've got about a month to pay Texas Pecans for picking up the pecans. To give you an idea, last year I'm looking at the first pickup of 40 cases, and the price for them was $7,000 and $7,050. And I don't think they want to be funding our fundraiser, so they give us a month to pay for it. And again, they worked with us great with that. So, in the past, we've asked we've asked Rotarians to buy a case, but I know full well that a lot of us don't have the funds to do that. We would like for them to take a case if they can and try to sell them, because there are folks out there that love pecans and they'll buy them and everything. You just have to get the word out. I was talking with the Rotarian the other day, and she was asking, how can I help? And anytime you can, or anybody that can come up with some marketing suggestions and everything. Janice Lawton went on Facebook a few years ago and said, announced that we're doing a scholarship drive, and people contacted her. And if you got somebody that wants to buy 2 or 3 bags or 8 or 10 bags, they're welcome to come by here and pick them up and so forth. Or if they want a case delivered or multiple pecans delivered and stuff, I'll be glad to help out with that. But we could probably do a better job at marketing and stuff, but I know everybody's busy. So if any of you have any ideas and stuff, we're receptive to those. Anybody have any questions? Alex, you want to take it over?
There we go. I'll take it over. Well, I'll be a little more direct than Fred. We need every club member to get a box. Because we need to sell 60 boxes. And that's, with the increase of price, that'll take it up a little, $900. But we use the net, the difference between what we pay and what we sell. That's what funds a scholarship program, in addition to the Rotary Foundation District grant that we apply for, that we're not guaranteed on getting, and we don't know what that amount is. And so we have to sell all these pecans. And so when we were a club of 20, 25 members, we were able to sell 60 boxes. Well, now we're a club of 69 members. We should be able to sell 69 boxes, 60 boxes, and a lot more. And really what we need people to do is get a box from Fred and sell them. Or if you want to just buy them, do that. But honestly, I can't afford to buy them. So I sell them. I get 2 boxes, because those, my wife is also a member of our club. So I get 2 boxes, I pay them, and then I text everybody I know saying, hey, buy a bag, $10 to help high school scholarships. And I sell them out. I've done that. I've been in this club 4 years, and every year that's what I've done to sell. It's really easy. And now I got to do double because I'm selling for my wife. So what we need you to do is get a box, pay. I think the process is get it from Fred, pay Catherine. You can write a check, or you use a credit card, what have you, and then just get your friends to buy them and sell them. Use your social media. So Fred was really nice. We really like you to do it. No, we need you to do it. We have to sell 60 boxes. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to fund. Now, so that's the hard push. The wonderful push is, Michelle said something that was very valuable. The point of this is to create future Rotarians. Well, we have 3 Rotarians in our club that were scholarship recipients. And the one that received it a while ago is Miss Kayla Stovall, who's in this meeting right now. When was that you received this scholarship, Kayla?
I believe it was 2012.
2012. And now she's a member of our club. We also have Bianca Weimer, who's our public image chair. She received it, I think, 2 years ago. She's in our club. And then we have Julia Lynn, who received it last year. She's in our club. So we're truly putting, the point of this is developing future Rotarians, rewarding future Rotarians, getting them through college, and we have done it. And that, to me, that's the most exciting thing. And then we have someone like Kayla that just took it a whole much forward. She got a global grant that funded her master's in Scotland, so there's so much opportunity that we just sow that seed. And then we see these Rotarians become Rotarians and do such great things in the world. But it all starts with everybody in our club getting a box and selling it to your friends. And then that allows us to build our future. Anything else, Michelle and Fred? So, but keep in mind, you can't do this until November. So big hard sell, but in November, we will let you know through lots of mechanisms when they're available. And so with that, I am going to take over the screen. And as we do for all of our guests, in appreciation for your time and program, Plano West Rotary will donate $10 in your name for both Michelle and Fred to Rotary's Polio Plus Fund. Now, for those that don't know, to the best of my knowledge, when Michelle was president, she started this, right, Michelle?
No, Glenn started
Oh,
it.
Glenn started it.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, Glenn. Glenn started it the year before Michelle was president on his second presidency, which we've continued since. And honestly, I think this is the most rewarding speaker gift that you can ever give because it's in their name and they're saving lives. And that's what Rotary is about. Who cares about a doodad? Let's save some lives. And so, as we know, together with the 2-to-1 matching funds from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the $10 we're going to do in both their names, and they're both high-level Paul Harris Fellows. So this is just going to go on top of all the donations both Michelle and Fred do for the Rotary Foundation, and it's going to provide a vaccine for the 50 children. So I do want to thank Michelle and Fred for the great presentation. And I hope it inspired everybody to sell pecans. That's what it comes down to. And honestly, I just text my friends with a link. I actually use in PayPal, they have a way where people, people send you money. And I say $10 a bag. And they click it, they buy the bags, and I get them to them. That's it. And so I don't actively sell it. I just sell my friends, and it's for a good cause. Everybody wants to help, especially with the way college costs are going off. I've got a college freshman. They're not cheap. Glenn, I saw that you unmuted. Do you have some wisdom to share to us?
Well, I was just going to say that at least in the past, not only is it for a good cause, it's actually a good value for the $10 at 14 ounces. And we know they're always awesome pecans. You can't hardly beat that, but going to the supermarket or whatever, it's actually a good price. So
it is.
Double duty there.
Especially because our cost is going up and we're not changing the price. So it's a better deal for everybody. So any other questions? Well, next week, par for the course, War Polio Month, we have our district polio chair, Jan Sullivan. She's going to speak to us about why it's so important for us to fund polio research, the elimination of it, and just to make polio real. Because a lot of us, depends on your age, I'm 55, so I do remember polio, but for 35% of our club is under 40. They don't, there was no polio going on as they grew up, but they definitely, it's really important to understand that it's still active out there. We're trying to eradicate it from the world. And as the last slide said, what we do towards polio is actually affecting COVID as well. And so it's going to be a great presentation next week. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Kayla, who I just highlighted in a bunch of different ways, and she's going to lead us in the four-way test. Take it away, Kayla.
Okay, so the four-way test of things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Rotary.
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 Hey, thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.